How's everybody doing this afternoon? Welcome to another episode of Tech Trapper Live. All right, I think everything is set up and we are ready to get started on this new episode of Tech Trapper Live. Make sure that works. So, how is everybody doing today? Welcome to another episode of Tech Trapper Live with your host. It's me, Aaron Reed, of course, and I am Sweetieless today. Sweetie is somewhere flying around the friendly skies. Y'all don't need to see my junkie room or my junkie office. It's a mess. It's like a hot mess. I need to do something about it. I need to clean up, get it more organized or something. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. So how's everybody doing tonight on this Wednesday evening, midweek? Hope everybody's doing pretty good. Hope everybody's work week is going well. I had a busy day today. Had a lot going on. But I'm doing okay. Running late, got on last minute. You guys can see my overhead camera in the angle. I guess I'll leave it there. It's not in the way. So, guess we have a cool little show in store today. Not a lot going on. Not too much to talk about. We're going to talk about some Supernote Manta stuff tonight. Nothing too technical, just kind of talk about my journey with the Manta and the Nomad so far. Where's this Nomad at? So yeah, we're going to talk about my journey with the Supernote, Manta, and Nomad so far. I've been enjoying it. I have been using both the Supernote Nomad and the Manta as kind of like my daily carries for work. So I'm seeing, how I can use it at work, completing tasks, productivity, things like that. And I'm also using it for my journaling purposes. I just want to see what all I can do with the tablet, what type of experience I can have with the tablet. Really give it a solid shot. So when I put my review out, it'll be a pretty good review. You guys will be able to see exactly what you can do with the tablet, how you can use it, maybe get some use case ideas. Of course, it's not a new release, so there's a lot of information that's already out there on the Supernote ecosystem. Guys like Ed over at Organize for Change, of course, the Voyeurs kits, so they already have a lot of information out about this tablet. So I don't know how much I can add to it, but I will add, my little 2 cents. Let you guys know how I feel about it, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a good review, a good positive review, because there are some things I do like about it a lot. Hey, Sharon, how you doing tonight? Yeah, Sharon, I'm by myself. There's no sweetie to help entertain us or entertain the masses when I mess up or drop something. So hopefully I can make it through the live by myself. This is only the second live, maybe second or third live I've actually done by myself. What's going on, Robert? How you doing? So yeah. So let's talk about it. The first thing I want to talk about is this whole Inksense Plus pen that this whole Inksense ink. I can't talk tonight. This whole Inksense Plus pen. Y'all know I broke my pen the other night. I dropped it. It broke. I know, appreciate you. I know I got this. You know what I'm saying? See, I usually can see Sweetie is usually here to talk back to me and give me ideas. Oh, she also keeps me out of trouble when I get ready to spaz and go off on somebody. Hopefully I won't do that tonight. Um, y'all know I broke my pen the other day though. I dropped it on the ground. Well, on the floor. So I dropped it on the floor like Monday night, and I don't think it's not a testament to like books' hardware because the pen is still nice and it still works. But yeah, I dropped it. I dropped it like 3 times. I guess that third time it just broke. So I end up going out, not going out. I ordered it on Amazon. So I ordered the Inksense that they. You know what? Let me do this. I ordered the Inksense that they had on Amazon instead, and it's the same. It's the same Inksense Plus, but it's a different color. And Jay over in the Discord, Jay, not the professional who really is a professional, he was telling me that this Inksense Plus that I got, which is this one, he thinks that this is the release that came out with the Palma 2. So the Palma 2 Pro, he says that he believes that that's the pen that came out with that release. And if you notice, it's more silver. This one has like a little gold finish to it. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see something. So the one that shipped out with the Lumi has more of like a, I don't know, gold or rose gold, a more shinier finish. The one I just got off of Amazon has a more matte finish, more silver and gray. Even the little fake eraser, I think, is like a slightly different color. And I noticed that one of the issues I had with the pen that shipped out with the Lumi was it was a little slick when I was writing with it. And the one that I bought off of Amazon yesterday, while it's still slightly slick, it's not as slick as the one that shipped with the Lumi. I think even the programmable buttons are slightly different. See, I can't even find this program. Oh, yeah, see, there you go. So even the buttons are different colors. And it's just slightly more. This one has a little bit more grip than the one that shipped with the tablet. So it's a little bit more grippy. So I'm having a better experience with this one than I did with that one. I mean, both write well. The active writing experience is the same with this pen, with that one. This one just feels a little bit more comfortable. It's a little bit more grippier. I'm not getting a little bit of the hand fatigue that I was getting when I have long writing sessions. Yeah, see, this one just feels a little more slippery. And Dave over at Tablet Tech, I was talking to him earlier today, and he said that he really didn't feel a difference in the slickness. Oh, see, I almost dropped it again. Yeah, this one is a little bit more slick than this one. Not by much, but this one has a little bit of texture to it, enough that makes it a better writing situation than the one that shipped with the actual Lumi. So, yeah. That was cool. That was cool to know. So I'm excited about it. Got my pen back, or a new styli, and I've been having a wonderful time using the Lumi. What we got in chat? Oh, Sharon, you watched the Supernova versus the Remarkable vid. That was cool. I had fun making that one. I think I did. I compared the Supernova Nomad to the Remarkable Paper Pro Move, and that was when I had the first Nomad that I had. It was the white Nomad. It was a content creator that's really cool, makes some great content. Loaned it out to me to do a review. I liked it. One of the issues I had with it, I didn't like the build. And this has nothing to do with Supernote. Like the build quality of Supernote is awesome. The build quality itself is a premium build quality. I'm a little shallow. So I didn't like the plastic feel of the Nomad for some reason. Same way with the Manta. It's just something about like it's when I look at the design of this tablet, it's a good design. I mean, it's modular, so that modularity is very valuable, especially when they start offering more upgrades. And the Carter 1300 is a plastic screen, so it adds to that writing experience you're gonna get along with the Feel-Right 2. So, like, it's a premium built tablet. So when you talk about like the build quality, it's premium. It's one of the best. It just feels plastic because it is plastic, and I didn't like that plastic feel of the Nomad. Plus, it was smaller. But now this Nomad, this Crystal Nomad, yeah, I like this Crystal Nomad. I like it a lot. Like I like using this. This makes me want to pick it up and use it. And I've been trying to figure out if the Nomad is more premium than the Move. I've been trying to figure that out. So I'll let you guys help me out tonight if y'all feel like it. But I've definitely been trying to figure out if just the build quality of the Nomad is better build quality than the Move. And you guys know how I feel about the Move. I like the Move. But I really like the Crystal Nomad. Like I like being able to see, the technology through their little crystal backing or whatever. But yeah, I've been using the Nomad with the Manta for the last couple of days as just my daily carry tablets to just see, what I can do with it, how I like using it, and how I'm going to use it. So I've been using the Nomad kind of like in the same way I would use the Move at work for like my idea bank, those quick notes at work. I've been using it for meeting notes. And now I will say that the Nomad is technically a better note taker than the Move. Probably because of the real estate that you have to write with. Yeah, it's a wider tablet, so you have more real estate to write with. The Move screen is slightly taller, but usually if I'm taking meeting notes, I'm going to turn this thing into landscape mode. And in landscape mode, you almost get like the same width of a 10-inch tablet. So I use it that way, but I really have been enjoying using the Nomad. How many of you guys out there are using a Nomad or even a Manta in your daily workflow? I want to know what you guys think about it. I've been trying to find a way to really use the Manta in my daily workflow, and I've been struggling a little bit with it. Mainly because I just think I'm so comfortable with books. So it's not about, I guess my struggles with using the Manta as my daily carry tablet has nothing to do with the actual tablet or with the software or the writing feel. It doesn't have anything to do with that. When I look at that purely just as a reviewer, the tablet's perfect. I don't find any real flaws in it outside of things that I want to do that I can't do because there's no tools there for it. But it's not because it's short of anything. It's because I'm used to, a certain workflow with books. So from a reviewer standpoint, like it's a great tablet. But just, from Aaron's personal daily use, what I want to do with it, I'm struggling finding a use case for the Manta. The Nomad, no. Nomad's fine. I use the Nomad just like I use the Move and just like I use the AI Paper Mini because I just have a different workflow and use case for those smaller tablets. I use them as note takers. I use them as like second brain tablets where I can just dump ideas into them on the go. Use them as like my little notepad while I'm at my desk at work, doing work. So they work fine in that aspect. Plus, the calendar app on the Nomad is pretty good. Of course, Remarkable doesn't have a calendar, so that's something that I don't have when I'm using the Move. One reason why it's not that big of a deal is because while I'm at work or even while I'm at home and I'm at my desk, 99% of the time my computer's open, my iPad is over here open as well. When I'm at home with my workflow, whether if I'm working on editing videos, creating some content, doing a video call or whatever, uh, the laptop or the computer's on, and the iPad normally is on my calendar. So when it comes to my use case for e-ink calendars, it's not like my primary tool for scheduling. It's cool to be able to schedule it when I'm scheduling things through my notes. And that's what I primarily want the calendar on e-ink for, is if I'm in my notes taking like notes through a meeting or call or whatever I'm doing, I can, take that information and add it to the calendar right then. Outside of that, all of my calendar planning needs, I use, my computer, my iPad, my phone, something like that. So that's why the calendar is important, but it isn't important. But the Nomad works great. I just wish the Nomad had a light. If the Nomad had a front light, I'm not gonna say it will replace my use case for the Move, but I would use it more. The Nomad is good enough to where I can have like a small, micro carry thing where I take this with me and throw it in a small bag with this and just walk out the door. And I feel like I would be able to do anything I need to do when it comes to whatever task I need to work on with just those two tablets. Oh, let's see what the chat got going on. I don't have my normal moderator. Let's see what we say. So Sharon says, Nomad hands down. Oh, yep, you did return the move. Yeah, I can see that. You did return the move. Now the Nomad, when you look at the tools that the Nomad has and you compare it to the Move, yeah, it's a better tablet. When you're just comparing the two tablets, the Nomad 100% is a better tablet. You probably can do more with it until you start installing mods on your Remarkable tablet. What else we got from Sharon? Nomad is working for her. She tried the books. She tried the books and it was too busy. Books UI. So people say the books UI is confusing, which when you tell me the books UI is confusing, I won't argue with you. It is a steeper learning curve with books than it is with Supernote. I know some people say books' UI is clunky. I don't. I wouldn't use the word clunky, and this is just my opinion. So the people who have that opinion, I understand. I'm not dismissing that opinion. I don't know if it's clunky though. I think it's, for me at least, you just have to set it up how you want to use your tablet. I think that's the good thing about books. There's so many tools and so many features, but you can set up your tablet to fit how you want to use it. And once you set it up to fit how you want to use it and you're comfortable navigating it, like, it works so smooth. Like, I navigate my tablets with ease, but I've also been using the Books tablet for over a year and a half. So I'm super comfortable with it. Even when they come out with software updates, I know that's the knock on Books as well, that they might change where certain things are, maybe change the name of what it was. They're still, to be honest with you, around the same place that you would find them. So it's no different than any other platform that has a software update and they change some things. You just get more familiar with it. But if you're using it daily and you're comfortable with it, it's more or less just updating where that tool is that you normally use, and then you set it up. Like I set my tablet up to fit how I use it, to the point when I get a new books tablet and I have to set it up, I sometimes forget, like, oh man, what did I do? And then I have to go back and look on, like, an older tablet. Like that's what I did with the 10.3 and then the Lumia. I had to go grab my 10.3 Gen 1 and just figure out, man, what did I do? Because prime example, I have my books tablets set up where when I bring a PDF over to the tablet, instead of going through the process of opening it in Neo Reader and then it asks me if I want to open it in the Notes app, I just have those PDFs automatically open in Notes apps once they hit the tablet. And it's cool to be able to set up your tablet that way, so you don't have to go back and forth or always have to decide or hit that question if you wanted to open in the Neo Reader or the Notes app. So when I bring PDFs over, they automatically open in the Notes app, and I have all the tools of the Notes app. I lose some functionality of the Neo Reader. So things like when I have that document in the Notes app, I can't cut and paste because it's being treated like a template. But my use case for those documents at work, it's cool because I don't really need to cut and paste those. And I also have the ability to just open the file up in the Neo Reader if I choose to, if I want to cut and paste some things and add them to the notes. So that's a luxury to have, and I like using it that way. What else do we see? So Sharon says she does like books. Okay, I see. Sharon, do you use your Scribe a lot? I wonder if you use your Scribe a lot. I still use the Scribe a lot, especially now that Sweetie has her Kindle Scribe color soft. Now I can just get my Gen 1 Scribe back. So I like using the Scribe. I'll just grab the Scribe and just write random thoughts on the Scribe just because I like the writing feel of it. And I also like reading on the Scribe too. Sharon, you loving the digest. Oh, so you're using the digest for studying. You like the calendar app. It's great on the Nomad. The calendar app is great on Nomad. Oh man, so you haven't turned on your Mac in weeks? Yeah, see, I turn on my Mac every day. Matter of fact, I can't leave the house. I have a Mac Mini that I use at home, and then I got the MacBook Neo. I don't leave the house without it. It's sad. I don't leave the house without a MacBook Neo and iPad and e-ink tablets. That's crazy. I don't know why I need all of these devices with me, but I can't leave the house without them. Oh, so you use the Scribe every day? That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Sharon, books can have too much going. Like for Sweetie, books is book for Sweetie books UI is a lot. And I do think if you have a workflow where you just want to open your tablet, take notes, read your books, annotate PDFs, books might not be for you or for that person because you do have to take some time setting up your books tablet. Like when I first got the 10.3 coming from the Scribe, when I got the Scribe, I cut it on within 5 minutes. I knew where everything was. Got the 10.3, opened up the box. I was able to navigate to the Notes app and start a note and writing things like that. And, then it took me about 45 minutes to just explore everything on the tablet, explore everything in the Notes app, explore the Neo Reader, pull documents over, and just see how I use it. And once, I think it took me a week to just really get comfortable with how I wanted to use the tablet and set it up, reading the user manual a little bit. And then it's been great ever since. But I think if I wouldn't have dug into the menus, I probably would have got frustrated with it. So you do have to be one of those people who like to just dig in the menus to see what you can do and what you can't do. So like prime example, I like how easy it is to load custom templates to use in the Notes app. Like one way is just bring the PDF over and make it open in the Notes app. Another way is having documents that you move over from push read. Sometimes I will just push documents to the tablet via push read and not even open them. I just leave them in push read because I know I want to make those documents as just custom templates in the Notes app. So then when I open up the Notes app, I go to my custom templates, I go to my push folder, and then I grab that document. Because how it works with the PDFs that I push to the tablet, they're going to appear in the library. If I never open them in the library, it never opens up as a Note app. It never opens up in the Notes app. It's only when I tap on that icon to open that PDF that's in the library is when it will automatically open inside the Notes app. So sometimes I just push stuff to the tablet that I know I'm going to only use as a custom template. I never even bother to open it in the Notes app because I don't want it to create that notebook. But I can see the UI being confusing. Yeah. Yeah, Sharon, I didn't know I needed a front light on my 10.3 until I got the Lumi. And now that I have a front light on my 10.3, I can't go back to not having a front light on a black and white 10-inch tablet. I can't do it. So like right now I'm using actually I wrote my show notes for tonight on the Manta. And the only reason why I'm not having an issue being able to read them is because I have an extra desk lamp on. And if I didn't have this desk light on, I would not be able to see my notes. I have a question. I don't know if someone can answer this for me. Sometimes the one issue I'm having with Supernote, and I'm pretty sure this is user error, is sync between the Nomad and the Manta. I don't have an issue with sync between the Nomad and, let's say, the partner app, or I guess Supernote Sync or whatever, their cloud. So the tablet sync with the cloud, fine. I'm having an issue with them syncing together. So like prime example, I guess I had my Manta open first, then I opened the Nomad. And now it's telling me my note is not found that I was using to write my outline. And so now the note just closed. But I'm also looking at this whole conflict file thing. I don't know what the conflict file thing is. I'm pretty sure I can go watch, I'm pretty sure if I go to Ed's channel, it'll tell me exactly what I need. Or if I just reach out to him and ask him, I'm pretty sure he can answer this question for me. But this whole conflict file thing, I've been trying to figure that out. What's the deal with the conflict files? Because I don't have this issue with books. Like book sync just catches up. Like you can sync mid note. I can open up a books tablet right now, start writing a note, open up the other tablet, and just hit sync on both of them, and you'll see the notes update in real time. And that's what I like about books. Like the sync just works fine. I don't get the conflict file thing. I've never lost a file with books. Like I've never had an issue with books and a sync. I don't know how it works. I don't know if like it syncs from the last open note. I know it syncs once you exit out, but like I said, if I'm in books, I can just sync a note while I'm writing, and it's gonna sync across platform, or well, across all the platform. But I keep getting this conflict file from time to time. And see, I open it. So when I tab on the conflict file, the note that I was writing, like my show notes pop back up. So like that's not an issue. They popped back up. So I'm not losing any information, which is great. I just don't know why why I'm getting a conflict file. Like, is it something I'm doing, chat? Or is it just a function of Supernote from time to time? Oh, I might have answers. Let's see. Pete says he has an older Books Note Air 2, which is basically the 10.3 with a ton of... Oh. So the Note Air 2 was like the original 10.3 type of device. That's cool to know. Hey, so with your Note Air 2, when the 4.1.1 update pushed, were you able to get an updated version of Android? I think Jay, not the professional, was saying that his what tablet is that he has? This is an older tablet. The Tab Ultra C or something like that. He said it got an updated version of Android. Okay, someone says that is frustrating with the sync. Oh, okay, that's frustrating with the sync. The conflict file is a duplicate. If you have the open, okay, so if I have it open on one device and then I edit while syncing, okay, so that's the problem. Because the note was open on the Manta, and then I opened up the Nomad, I guess, and I guess it was syncing while I was writing, and it created the conflict file. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Okay. Pete says he's hoping he gets 4.2 soon, but he has 4.1 on the. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that 4.2 is going to be pushed to all the older tablets. Now, I would just assume that 4.2 is going to be pushed to the older tablets once the black and white Gen 2 tablet releases. Because I'm gonna be honest, if you don't need a front light, on your Books tablet, when 4.2 releases for the Gen 1 10.3, you'll be fine. Like it's ultimately the same tablet. It feels like the same tablet. It's just that the Gen 2 is faster. So the Gen 2 is faster. To me, it has the same writing surface. It's just active versus EMR. So if you would just rather keep your EMR tablet, the design's the same. Gen 1 is a little bit slower than Gen 2. I have a video coming out where I have them side by side, and you guys will be able to see just the performance. While the Gen 1 still performs great, the Gen 2 is faster. I mean, it's not, like using an iPad fast, but it's definitely faster than the Gen 1. When it comes to ghosting, see, I never had an issue with ghosting on my 10.3, the Gen 1. I don't really notice ghosting on the Gen 2. And when it just comes to ghosting using my e-ink tablets, period, it doesn't bother me a lot. I know ghosting bothers some people. I know people had issues with the Note Max with the ghosting. I've heard people have issues with the Gen 1 10.3 ghosting. I don't care about ghosting. Like, I just refresh it if it's getting on my nerves. I have it set to where it refreshes after 30 strokes, I think. So, I don't care. Yeah, if I see artifacting on my page, I just, boop, hit the refresh. And then I keep going. Oh. So you close all the files to make sure that you don't have to deal with the conflict file. See, and I'm not good at that. I'm not good at closing out my files. I'm big on writing on my tablet and just getting up because I don't. At work, by the time I walk away from my tablet or I walk away from my desk, it's gonna eventually go to the lock screen anyway, and I don't have an issue with people prying around, going through my business. And then when I'm at home, so I don't care. I just suck at closing out the note. I just get up and walk away, and then if I'm working on something and I'm packing up, I just close the tablet. And that's what I did here. I just had it, on my desk until it I guess locked. I have the transparency screen on or whatever. So yeah, but I guess if I bag out of my notes, I won't deal with the conflict file. So that's good to know. So I can rename the file, back out of the conflict portion to the name, and then sync it again. Man, that's a lot. I'm not doing all that. I mean, I see what you're saying. That's a fix for it. Then check the duplication files. Okay. That's a lot, man. Pete says he wish he had widgets. So you wish you had widgets on the 10.3? So this is also a thing that I know this is also a thing that I know a lot of people have an issue with. And when I say issue, like, not a bad thing. Like, I know some people want a unified interface for books. So the Go series has a different interface than the Note series. And I'm assuming everything else. Like my Note App 4C, we have the widgets. It's still the same software. It's just you have widgets on the Note App 4C and you have widgets on the Note Max. Pretty sure you have widgets on the Tab XC. I actually like the Go UI. I don't like the widgets. The widgets don't bother me. So when I'm using the Note App 4C or I'm using the Note Max, widgets don't bother me. Like, it is what it is. The tablet still works the same, so I don't really care. But if I had my preference, I like the Go interface. I like not having the widgets. I like being able to choose what's going to be my home screen, either my notes, my library, or my apps. And with the Go 10.3, I usually have my default home screen, my Notes app. And then I have my Notes app open to my favorites. That's how I handle, or that's how I've created somewhat of a quick access menu on books. I know it's not the same, but it's the same concept, because when you look at the quick access menu for Supernote, essentially Supernote doesn't have a true home screen. So your right side swipe down is accessing the home screen. And on this home screen situation, it's your home screen where you can navigate wherever you want to on the tablet, and you have the 8 spaces for your quick access to. What's good is you can put PDFs there, you can put a folder there if you want to, or you can put a note, you can put the actual notebook, or you just put a page, but you have 8 slots. And that's useful, that's great. With books, I don't really need quick access to a lot of things in the library, because normally whatever I'm using that's in the library, I'm going to have a link to that within my note anyway. So I'll have quick access to it once I access the note. 98% of the time I'm accessing a note and a PDF, or a note and an EPUB. And if I'm only accessing the EPUB or the PDF, honestly, I don't need to get there quickly. So that's why I keep my notes, my home page to my Notes app, and the Notes app is going to be on favorites. And I know if I want to be able to quickly navigate to that work, so whatever projects I'm working on for that week or that time period, I'm going to have that favorited on my favorites, because that's where I'm going. And I like that better because I'm not limited to 8. I also like how Remarkable handles it, where you have a 2-finger swipe down at the top, and you're going to bring up your recents and your favorites. So I just hit my favorites, whatever I want to be a favorite. I hit it there, and it can be a PDF, an EPUB, a folder, not a folder, a PDF, an EPUB, or a note. And that's cool. And it does the same thing. So all of these tablets pretty much have a quick access menu. Just don't call it a quick access menu, because someone's going to say, no, they don't have a quick access menu. They do the same thing, though. I also like to use the multi-switcher with books. I'll lock in my calendar on a multi-switcher, so it's always going to be there. The bad thing about the multi-switcher is that you can't have multiple notes. If I could have multiple notes in the multi-switcher and then lock those notes in place, so now when I go to my multi-switcher, let's say I have 3 notebooks that I'm using for that day at work that I know I'm going to be jumping in between, that'll be cool. Because then that's just one less swipe. Because with that, it's like a swipe up, and then I'll select my file. And that's what's cool about the quick access menu on Supernote, is that you can swipe down and select your file. How I use books, I swipe down, hit the home button, then collect my file. So it's 2 steps instead of 1. Half a second of my life, so I don't care. What I don't like about the what I don't like about the quick access menu on Supernote is that it doesn't sync between your tablets. So, and that irritated me like the day I realized it doesn't do that. So I have like I have 1 folder and two notes inside of my quick access menu on the Manta. I just knew that it was going to sync with the Nomad. So I just knew when I was on my Nomad. I just knew when I was on the Nomad. I just knew when I was on the Sweetie's calling me, guys. I just knew when I was on the Nomad and I synced over to the Manta, my quick access menus would work. And they didn't work. So that bothered me. I wonder if I can call Sweetie on the live. Oh no, that's Discord. So yeah, that's one thing that bothered me, that I couldn't sync my quick access menus together. So that's the thing. What else we got? So yeah, I got a couple of videos coming out. We're gonna have some videos on Supernote. We're gonna go over the Nomad and the Manta, my use case for them, how I feel about them, and how I've been using them so far. So, like I said, I'm struggling with the Manta, but I think I have a use case down pat that I'm gonna use it for, and I think I'm getting more comfortable using it. So, we'll talk about my experience so far, the writing feel, how it compares to other tablets that I have. We have this week I have another video about the Lumi coming out, and it's gonna be a workflow that I'm using the Lumi for, and it's just the updated workflow of a workflow I posted maybe a couple of months ago, but it's gonna be the slight differences with 4.2 versus 4.1, and some new use cases that I have for e-ink. So we'll talk about that as well. I think I have another tablet that'll be arriving here maybe in a week or so. Can't wait to get that tablet in my hand. You guys will see it when I do the unboxing. It's a tablet I've been wanting to review for a while, and I think it's going to be exciting stuff when I get that in my hand and test it out and share with you guys that experience. My goal is to build a catalog of reviews. Oh, Note Air 2 doesn't have widgets. Gotcha. My goal is to just build like a catalog of reviews of information so you guys can go check it out if you're in the market to buy another tablet, or you want to upgrade to something, you want to try something out, you want to see if it works or not. You can go check it out. Let's see. What else we covering tonight? Not too much because I had a long day and I'm tired. Oh, cool. We made 45 minutes. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me on my side of YouTube tonight. So thank you guys for coming out. Everybody in the chat did engage with us tonight. Appreciate y'all. I know there was no Sweetie tonight, so I know Sweetie's a hit. I know people, Sweetie and the puppy are the hit. I'm just the other piece. So Friday. Oh, no, Friday, Sweetie won't be back until late. Saturday, you'll see myself and the Sweetie and the puppy. And we'll have some. We will actually go over adding the integrations on the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft, because we haven't done that yet, and I need to do that for Sweetie so she can move information more efficiently on a tablet. So we'll go over the integrations. We will go over the integrations, and then we will talk about some more Lumi stuff. So again, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight, and I will see you next time.